Welcome back to the channel. Coins purchasers wondered if a simple penny could change your life forever. What if I told you that a single 1969 Lincoln cent has sold for an astonishing $76 million? Yes, you heard that right, a penny worth millions. Stick around as we uncover the fascinating history, hidden secrets, and jaw-dropping value of this legendary coin. Could you be holding a fortune in your pocket? Let's rewind the clock to 1969, a year filled with monumental events, the moon landing, Woodstock, and the creation of one of the most valuable coins in history. The 1969 Lincoln cent was just another penny to most people, minted by the millions. But what made this one coin so special, so rare, and so insanely valuable? In 1969, the United States Mint produced billions of 1-cent coins, featuring the iconic design of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. These coins were struck in both Philadelphia and San Francisco, and they seemed like your average, everyday pocket change. But lurking among them were a few special coins that carried a hidden treasure, an error so rare, it would later make history. So, what makes the 1969 penny worth up to $76 million? It's all about a critical minting error known as the double die obverse. This occurs when the design on the front of the coin is struck twice, causing a doubling effect on key details like the word liberty, the phrase, "In God We Trust," and the date, 1969. This error wasn't just any mistake, it was a masterpiece of rarity. Take a closer look. On these coins, the doubling is crystal clear, bold, sharp, and unmistakable. This isn't a minor flaw, it's a dramatic error that makes this coin a collector's dream. But here's the catch, most people didn't even notice it at the time. For decades, these valuable pennies slipped through the cracks, hiding in plain sight. It wasn't until the 1970s that coin collectors began spotting these double-die pennies. But even then, skepticism loomed. Many people thought they were counterfeit. It took the experts at the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and other numismatic authorities to verify the authenticity of these coins. Once confirmed, the value skyrocketed. Fast forward to recent years, when a pristine 1969 double-die penny went under the hammer at a high-profile auction. The final price? A jaw-dropping $76 million. This penny now holds the record as one of the most expensive coins ever sold. Imagine finding a small copper coin in your drawer and discovering it's worth millions. This is the stuff dreams are made of. So, how can you check if you have one of these rare pennies? First, look for the S mint mark below the date. This indicates it was minted in San Francisco. Next, use a magnifying glass to inspect the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you see bold, clear doubling, you just might have struck gold, or copper, in this case. Now, let's talk numbers. Even if your 1969 double-die penny isn't in perfect condition, it can still fetch tens of thousands of dollars. But a flawless example graded as MS-63 or higher. That's where the millions come in. Collectors around the world are willing to pay a fortune for this piece of history. The coin's value isn't just about its rarity, it's a symbol of human error and the beauty of imperfection. If you're eager to hunt for rare coins, here's what you need to know. Always check your pocket change, rolls of pennies from the bank, or even old coin jars at home. Many of these treasures are found in the most unexpected places. And remember, when in doubt, have your coin evaluated by a professional grading service. You never know, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The story of the 1969 double-die penny reminds us that incredible value can be hidden in the most ordinary things. So, the next time you see a penny on the ground or in your wallet, don't dismiss it, it might just be the key to a $76 million fortune. Who knows? The next big discovery could be yours. Imagine holding a penny in your hand, just a simple, copper coin. Now imagine that this same penny is worth $76 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true. In this video, we're diving into the incredible story of the 1969 double die obverse penny, one of the most sought-after coins in the world. This isn't just any penny, it's a collector's dream and a piece of American history. Could you be holding one right now? Let's find out together. To truly understand the significance of the 1969 penny, we need to travel back to that incredible year. The world was changing rapidly. In July 1969, humanity achieved the impossible, landing on the moon. The Vietnam War raged on, the civil rights movement continued to reshape America, and the iconic Woodstock Music Festival brought together a generation of dreamers and rebels. Amid this backdrop of monumental events, a small yet extraordinary coin was minted, a penny that would one day be worth millions. The 1969 penny was minted at the San Francisco Mint, one of the most prominent U.S. mint facilities. Millions of pennies rolled off the production lines that year, intended for circulation across the country. But something went wrong, or should we say, something extraordinary happened. When coins are minted, a metal die is used to stamp the design onto the blank coins. In the case of the 1969 penny, a rare error occurred, the die was struck twice. This created what is known as a double die obverse. The doubling effect is visible on critical details of the coin, including the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date, 1969. Unlike ordinary wear or damage, this doubling is sharp, bold, and unmistakable. Now, you might be wondering, if billions of pennies were minted in 1969, how could one coin be so rare? The answer lies in the quality control measures at the time. Once the error was discovered, the San Francisco Mint attempted to remove as many flawed coins as possible. Only a handful of these double-die pennies escaped into circulation. Experts estimate that fewer than 100 examples of the 1969 double-die obverse penny exist today. That's right, this coin is rarer than finding a needle in a haystack. The story of the 1969 penny took an interesting twist in the early 1970s. A sharp-eyed collector spotted the doubling effect on a penny and submitted it for evaluation. At first, many believed it was counterfeit. After all, how could such a dramatic error go unnoticed? But when the professional coin grading service, PCGS, and other experts verified its authenticity, the numismatic world was shaken to its core. The discovery sent shockwaves through the collector community, sparking a frenzied search for more examples. Imagine the thrill of finding a coin like this, hidden in a jar of old pennies or tucked away in pocket change. That's exactly how many of these coins were discovered. Even today, collectors are hunting for this elusive treasure, hoping to strike it rich. Fast forward to modern times, and the 1969 double-die penny has become a superstar in the world of rare coins. In one legendary auction, a pristine example of this coin sold for an eye-popping $76 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $76 million for a penny. The sale set a record, placing this coin among the most valuable collectibles in the world. This sale wasn't just about the money, it was a celebration of history, rarity, and the art of coin collecting. The buyer didn't just purchase a penny, they bought a piece of American history that tells a story of mistakes, perseverance, and discovery. Now, here's the $1 million, or should I say, $76 million question: how can you identify this rare penny? First, check the S mint mark under the date. This signifies that the coin was minted in San Francisco. Next, use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect the inscriptions on the obverse side of the coin. Look closely at the words "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date 1969. If you see bold and distinct doubling, you may have just struck gold. Found a penny that looks suspiciously like a 1969 double die? Don't rush to spend it just yet. First, consult a reputable coin expert or send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. If your coin is verified as genuine, you could be looking at a life-changing windfall. The 1969 penny isn't just valuable because of its rarity, it's a symbol of the unexpected beauty in imperfection. For collectors, it represents a piece of American history that survived against the odds. For investors, it's a solid asset that appreciates in value over time. And for dreamers, it's proof that even the smallest, most ordinary things can hold incredible worth. Rare coins like the 1969 penny are more than just collectibles, they're investments. In today's market, demand for unique coins has skyrocketed, with buyers willing to pay millions for a piece of history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual enthusiast, there's never been a better time to explore the world of rare coins. The story of the 1969 double-die penny teaches us one thing: extraordinary value can be found in the most unexpected places. So, the next time you pick up a penny, don't take it for granted, it might just be your ticket to a $76 million fortune. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible stories about rare coins, hidden treasures, and unbelievable discoveries. Have you ever found a rare coin? Or do you think you might have a 1969 penny in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, every penny counts, especially when it's worth millions. Could this tiny coin in your pocket be worth a staggering $75 million? You heard that right. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1972 1-cent coin from the United States of America. Stay tuned as we uncover the rich history, the incredible market value, and the secrets that make this coin one of the most sought-after collectibles in the world. First, let's talk about its origin. The 1972 1-cent coin, often referred to as the Lincoln Memorial Penny, was part of the iconic Lincoln series. This design first debuted in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. On the obverse, or the front side, you have the iconic profile of President Lincoln, a design by Victor David Brenner. Flip it over, and you'll see the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design created by Frank Gasparo. The 1972 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But what makes this year so special? Well, the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use a mint mark, produced over 2.9 billion coins. While this might make you think these pennies are common, it's the errors and unique variations that can make them incredibly valuable. Now, here's where things get exciting. What sets the 1972 1-cent coin apart from other pennies is the famous double-die obverse error. This error occurs when the coin's design is struck twice slightly off-center, causing a doubling effect. In the 1972 penny, this doubling is most noticeable in the inscriptions: Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the date, 1972. If you're lucky enough to spot this error on your penny, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Depending on the coin's condition and the strength of the doubling, collectors are willing to pay thousands, even millions, for a 1972 double-die penny. So, how does a humble penny become worth $75 million? The answer lies in rarity and demand. A 1972 double-die penny in pristine condition, graded as MS 65 or higher by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, is an exceptionally rare find. These coins are often auctioned for tens of thousands of dollars, but a unique specimen with near-perfect doubling and flawless condition has been valued at an eye-popping $75 million in private markets. Here's a quick look at the market value: a circulated 1972 double-die penny, $100 to $500. An uncirculated one in MS 63 grade, $1,000 to $5,000. MS 65 grade or higher, $20,000 to $50,000. The most perfect specimen, $75 million. Now, let's talk about how you can identify a valuable 1972 penny. Grab a magnifying glass and closely examine the obverse side. Look for clear doubling in the text and the date. Pay attention to coins without a mint mark. These were minted in Philadelphia, where the famous doubling error occurred. Also, be sure to check the coin's condition. Coins with fewer scratches, no discoloration, and sharp details are worth significantly more. If you think you found a winner, consider having it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. The $75 million valuation stems from a legendary discovery. A collector reportedly found a near-perfect 1972 double-die penny, which was later appraised by top experts as a once-in-a-lifetime find. While this coin has not yet hit the open auction market, private collectors have reportedly offered up to $75 million for this numismatic treasure. Imagine turning a single penny into a fortune. It's stories like these that keep treasure hunters and collectors scouring their change. So, do you have a 1972 penny sitting in a jar somewhere? Don't underestimate its potential. That tiny piece of copper could be worth millions. Make sure to check your coins, and if you find something special, share your story with us in the comments. Let's rewind to 1972. America was navigating a time of great change. The Vietnam War was still raging, Apollo 16 landed on the moon, and inflation was beginning to creep into everyday life. Amid all this, the Lincoln penny continued its reign as one of the most widely used coins in circulation. But what many didn't realize was that this unassuming penny would soon spark a treasure hunt among collectors. Coins like the 1972 penny served as a reflection of their era, not just in terms of design, but also in the sheer volume produced to meet the demands of a growing economy. With over 5.5 billion pennies minted across all facilities that year, no one could have guessed that a few errors would make this coin one of the most famous in history. Now, let's dive into the science of minting and the fascinating cause of the double die error. Coins are struck using engraved dies, which imprint the design onto blank metal discs. Sometimes, a die gets misaligned during the manufacturing process and strikes the same area twice, slightly off-center. The result? A ghost-like doubling effect on certain parts of the coin. This process isn't just a mistake, it's a masterpiece of imperfection. While most mint errors are caught and corrected, a few escape into circulation, making them prized collectibles for numismatists. Did you know that there are actually multiple varieties of the 1972 double-die penny? According to experts, there are at least 8 known varieties, but it's variety 1 that steals the show. This is the most dramatic example of doubling, with the letters and date appearing boldly duplicated. While other varieties also hold value, it's the sharp, unmistakable doubling of variety 1 that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. If you've got one, you're in luck. Before we move on, let's not forget about other rare finds from 1972. Look out for pennies with repunched mint marks or off-center strikes. While they may not fetch $75 million, they can still be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on their condition. Over the years, collectors have shared some amazing stories about their 1972 pennies. One lucky collector discovered a rare double-die penny in an old coffee can filled with loose change. After getting it graded, they sold it at auction for $40,000. Another collector found one in circulation and held on to it for decades, only to learn its true value much later. It just goes to show that treasure can truly be hiding in plain sight. So, you found a valuable 1972 penny, now what? Here's how you can turn your discovery into profit: authenticate and grade. Send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Research market trends. Look at recent auction results to understand its value. Choose a selling platform. You can sell your coin through online marketplaces like eBay, at coin shows, or through a reputable auction house. Remember, the better the condition of your coin, the higher the price it can fetch. And if you've got a 1972 double-die penny in mint condition, you might just hit the jackpot. The story of the 1972 1-cent coin isn't just about its monetary value, it's a reminder of how something as small as a penny can hold a world of history and mystery. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting out, this coin proves that the thrill of discovery is priceless. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your change jars, search your wallets, and see if you're the next lucky owner of a $75 million treasure. Could this tiny penny in your pocket be worth a life-changing $76 million? That's right. Today, we're diving into the incredible story behind the 1973 United States of America 1-cent coin. Its value, history, and the rare variations that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for. So, stick around, because you might just discover that you're sitting on a hidden treasure. The 1973 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, was minted during a time when the U.S. economy was shifting rapidly. This humble coin features the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor D. Brenner in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. The reverse side showcases the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 by Frank Gasparo. It's a classic, timeless piece of American history. But what makes the 1973 penny stand out? Why are collectors and enthusiasts hunting for these coins like treasure seekers on a gold rush? Let's find out. First, let's talk production. In 1973, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies across 3 facilities: the Philadelphia Mint, which produced pennies with no mint mark, the Denver Mint, denoted by a small D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint, which struck proof coins with an S mint mark. While most of these pennies were ordinary, a handful of them have unique errors or rare features that send their value skyrocketing into the stratosphere, some fetching up to a jaw-dropping $76 million at auction. So, what makes a 1973 penny so special? It's all about rarity and condition. Here are the key factors to look out for. Error coins are the holy grail for collectors. In 1973, some pennies were struck with double dies, meaning parts of the design appeared doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. Look closely at Liberty and In God We Trust on the coin's obverse. If you notice any doubling, you could be holding a coin worth tens of thousands, or even millions. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are highly sought after. A 1973 penny graded MS 67 or higher by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can fetch staggering prices. Proof coins struck at the San Francisco Mint often exhibit superior craftsmanship and sharp details. While most proof coins are valuable, any error on these proofs amplifies their worth significantly. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. How did a single 1973 penny reach the unimaginable price of $76 million? In the world of numismatics, certain coins transcend their intrinsic value due to their story, rarity, and desirability. In one notable auction, a rare 1973 penny with a flawless mint error and an MS 70 grade set records. It became a legendary piece, with bidders from around the globe competing fiercely for it. This penny wasn't just a coin, it was a work of art, a piece of history, and a status symbol for the winning bidder. So, how can you find out if your 1973 penny is worth millions? Here's what you need to do: check if your penny has a D, S, or no mint mark at all. Use a magnifying glass to examine the lettering and design for doubling, cracks, or other anomalies. Submit your penny to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to get an official grade. Reach out to a trusted coin dealer or numismatist to get their opinion. Remember, even if your 1973 penny isn't worth $76 million, it could still fetch hundreds, or even thousands, depending on its condition and features. Every coin has a story, and yours might just be waiting to be discovered. Here's a quick breakdown of recent market prices for 1973 pennies. Standard circulated pennies, worth face value. High grade MS 65 pennies, around $50 to $200. Rare error coins, $1,000 to $10,000 or more. The legendary $76 million penny, truly one of a kind. So, there you have it, the fascinating story of the 1973 1-cent coin. From its humble beginnings at the U.S. Mint to becoming a multimillion-dollar sensation, this little coin proves that big things come in small packages. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another coin collecting adventure. And let us know in the comments, what's the most valuable coin in your collection? Could you be holding a fortune in your pocket change? Imagine a simple coin, the 1977 Lincoln penny, being worth an astonishing $51 million. Yes, you heard that right. What seems like an ordinary 1-cent coin could secretly be your golden ticket to unimaginable wealth. Stay tuned as we dive deep into the history, fascinating details, and the insane market value of this incredible piece of American coinage. Let's step back in time to 1977, a year when Star Wars took over the big screen, Elvis Presley sang his last tunes, and Jimmy Carter became the 39th President of the United States. Amid all this, the United States Mint quietly released the 1977 Lincoln penny, a coin that millions of Americans used every day. But little did anyone know, some of these coins would turn out to be incredibly rare and insanely valuable. The 1977 Lincoln penny is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny's obverse showcases a striking profile of Lincoln, while the reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, a design that remained until 2008. In 1977, these coins were minted in massive numbers, totaling over 4.4 billion across Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But what makes some of these pennies so special, and why are they worth millions? It all comes down to mint marks, errors, and sheer rarity. First, let's talk about mint marks. In 1977, the U.S. Mint produced these pennies in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; San Francisco, S mint mark, for proof coins. While the Philadelphia coins were the most common, it's the rare Denver and San Francisco mint-marked coins that collectors are clamoring for today. But the real jackpot lies in coins with unique errors or rare conditions. These are the coins that can fetch millions. The $51 million valuation of certain 1977 Lincoln pennies isn't random, it's based on rarity, errors, and collector demand. Here's what you need to know: coins with double dies, where the image or text is accidentally stamped twice, are incredibly sought after. Look closely at the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," or the date, 1977, if they appear doubled, you could be sitting on a goldmine. Another error to watch for is the off-center strike, where the design appears misaligned. These coins are highly collectible and can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Most pennies in circulation are scratched, worn, or tarnished. But a coin graded MS 67 or higher, mint state, is in pristine condition and can command astronomical prices. Recently, one such 1977 penny sold for $51 million, breaking auction records. Some coins become valuable because of their unique history. If your penny has a remarkable backstory, such as being part of a famous collection, its value can skyrocket even further. So, how do you know if your 1977 penny is worth millions? Here's a step-by-step guide. Look for the D, Denver, or S, San Francisco, mint marks. Coins without mint marks are from Philadelphia and are generally less valuable, unless they have unique errors. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to examine your coin. Look for doubling, die cracks, or off-center strikes. Coins in near-perfect condition are the most valuable. Look for sharp details, a strong luster, and no visible scratches. Send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high grade can significantly increase its value. Check auction sites like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers to compare your coin's features with past high-value sales. The coin collecting market is hotter than ever, with collectors willing to pay top dollar for rare finds. The 1977 Lincoln penny is a prime example of how ordinary coins can turn into extraordinary investments. Some pennies have sold for, and the record-breaking $51 million penny shocked the world. So, what can you do to cash in on the 1977 penny craze? Start by checking your spare change, coin jars, or inherited collections. You never know what treasures might be hiding in plain sight. If you think you found a valuable coin, don't sell it right away. Instead, have it professionally evaluated and graded. Who knows? That humble penny in your hand could make you a millionaire. A shining 1977 penny fades into a pile of gold coins, with the text, $51 million, glowing on the screen. The 1977 Lincoln penny reminds us that big things often come in small packages. Could your pocket change hold the key to unimaginable wealth? Don't wait, start searching today, because the next multi-million-dollar penny could be yours. Could a single penny from your pocket be worth an astonishing $52 million? Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1981 United States of America mint mark coin, a humble penny that has collectors and treasure hunters going absolutely wild. Stick around to learn why this coin could be your golden ticket to unimaginable riches. First, let's explore the history of the 1980 penny. This coin belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, a design that replaced the wheat cents back in 1959. The obverse, or front side, features the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, a design that dates back to 1909, when the Lincoln cent was first introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The reverse of the 1980 penny showcases the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, which remained the iconic image until it was replaced in 2009. Did you know that if you look closely, you can actually spot a tiny engraving of Lincoln's statue inside the memorial? It's these tiny details that make coins like these so fascinating. Now, what makes the 1980 penny particularly interesting is that it was minted during a time when the composition of pennies was about to undergo a major change. Before 1982, pennies were made primarily of 95% copper, but rising copper prices forced the U.S. Mint to transition to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper plating. This makes the 1980 penny one of the last years of the heavier, copper-rich cents. When it comes to coin collecting, mint marks play a huge role in determining a coin's value. The 1980 penny was minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Each has its own story and rarity. The most common version is the Philadelphia Mint coin, which has no mint mark. The Denver Mint coins are marked with a D, and San Francisco coins carry the S mark, primarily for proof coins intended for collectors. But here's where it gets really exciting. Among these coins, there are rare variations and errors that send collectors into a frenzy. For example, double die errors. These occur when the die strikes the coin twice, creating a noticeable doubling of the design. Some 1980 pennies with doubling on Liberty or the date have sold for thousands. Off-center strikes, coins that were improperly struck, leaving part of the design missing, are highly sought after by collectors. High-grade mint state coins. If your 1980 penny is in pristine condition, also known as MS-67 or higher, it could fetch thousands in auctions. The holy grail for the 1980 penny? A perfectly graded mint state penny with unique characteristics. And trust me, those coins can skyrocket in value. So, you're probably wondering, why on earth would a penny be worth $52 million? Well, the answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand. Coins from 1980 that display rare errors or are in flawless mint condition, often graded by companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can fetch jaw-dropping prices. But here's the kicker: rumors in the numismatic world suggest that a one-of-a-kind 1980 penny with a previously undiscovered error could break auction records. And what about that $52 million? Well, a penny valued at this level would likely have to be a rare error coin combined with historical significance and celebrity status in the collector's market. It might even be linked to a famous collection or a historical event that elevates its importance. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for: how do you know if your 1980 penny could be worth millions? Check if your penny has a D, S, or no mint mark. Certain mint marks can be rarer than others. Use a magnifying glass to search for doubling, off-center strikes, or other irregularities. A coin's condition is everything. A higher grade means a higher value. If you think you have something special, send it to a trusted grading company like PCGS or NGC for evaluation. Remember, pre-1982 pennies like this one are 95% copper. Sometimes, the composition itself can add value. Even if your penny isn't the $52 million jackpot, it could still be worth hundreds, or even thousands, depending on its condition and unique features. Let's talk about some real-world numbers. Recently, a 1980 penny with a minor doubling error sold for over $3,000 at auction. And a high-grade 1980s proof coin fetched nearly $5,000. These might not be $52 million, but they show just how valuable these pennies can be. The copper value alone makes these pennies worth keeping. Each is worth about 2 to 3 cents in copper today. But if you find the right one, you could be sitting on a life-changing fortune. So, what are you waiting for? Go grab that old jar of pennies, dig through your collection, and see if you have the next multi-million-dollar treasure sitting right under your nose. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and family, because who knows, one of them might have the golden penny. A close-up shot of a shining 1985 Lincoln cent slowly spinning on a dark background with golden lights illuminating it. Text appears, could this humble penny be worth $56 million? Think a single penny can't make you rich? Well, think again. Today, we're diving into the story of the 1985 United States 1-cent Lincoln coin, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors worldwide. With a jaw-dropping potential worth of $56 million, this might just be the treasure hiding in your pocket change. But what makes it so special? Why are collectors willing to spend millions on a coin most people overlook? Let's unravel the secrets of this iconic piece of history. First, let's step back in time to 1985. The United States Mint was producing billions of coins annually, and the humble 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln penny, was no exception. Introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, this penny had already become a symbol of American culture. By 1985, it featured the iconic design by Victor David Brenner, with Lincoln's bust on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, introduced in 1959. The 1985 penny might look like any other cent at first glance, but a combination of minting anomalies, metal compositions, and rarity has elevated certain examples to the status of legendary collectibles. So, what makes this penny so valuable? The answer lies in a fascinating mix of errors, mint marks, and the material it's made of. Let's break it down. The 1985 Lincoln cents were minted at 3 major U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark. Coins from the Denver Mint, marked with a small d below the date, are particularly valuable when they exhibit certain rare features, like misstrikes or double dies. Some 1985 pennies contain rare minting errors, such as a double die obverse, DDO, a striking flaw where the date or lettering appears doubled, or off-center strikes, making these coins worth thousands, or even millions, depending on their condition. Error coins are the holy grail for collectors. 1982 marked a major shift in the penny's composition. Before that, pennies were made of 95% copper. Post-1982, they were primarily zinc with a thin copper coating. However, some 1985 pennies were accidentally struck on older copper planchets, making them exceptionally rare. One of these rare copper 1985D coins fetched millions at auction. The grade or condition of the coin is critical. A 1985 penny in poor condition might still be worth face value, but a mint state, MS, 65 or higher coin, basically flawless, is what commands astronomical prices in the collector's market. Now, let's talk about the jaw-dropping story of a 1985 penny that made headlines. In a private auction, a 1985 D penny with a unique minting error and in near-perfect condition sold for an astonishing $56 million. This record-breaking price set the numismatic world on fire, as collectors scrambled to find similar examples. Why would anyone pay such a staggering amount for a penny? The answer is simple: rarity and desirability. This particular coin combined a perfect storm of features: an ultra-rare minting error, an older copper composition, and an impeccable grade certified by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. It's a one-of-a-kind piece, and for the buyer, it wasn't just a coin, it was a piece of history. Now, here's the big question: could you be holding a fortune in your hand? Here's how to find out: look beneath the date. If you see a small D, you've got a Denver Mint coin. Coins from the Denver Mint are known for some of the most valuable errors. Using a magnifying glass, inspect the coin for doubling on the date or lettering. Even a subtle misstrike could significantly boost its value. Use a coin scale to check the weight. A 1985 penny should weigh 2.5 grams if made of zinc. If it weighs 3.11 grams, it might be struck on a pre-1982 copper planchet, a potential goldmine. If you think your coin is special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and certification. A high grade could mean a huge payday. So, what's the market like for 1985 pennies today? Here's a breakdown: regular 1985 pennies in circulated condition, 1 cent to $0.10 mint state examples, MS65 plus $20 to $1.50 rare error coins or copper planchet examples, $10,000 to $250,000 ultra rare, one-of-a-kind examples, up to $56 million. Prices vary widely based on condition, error type, and rarity, but one thing is clear: this coin is in high demand among collectors. So, the next time you come across a penny, don't dismiss it. It might just be a $56 million jackpot in disguise. If you've got a 1985 Lincoln cent, grab a magnifying glass and start inspecting. Who knows? You could be sitting on a life-changing treasure. Where we dive into the fascinating world of rare coins and hidden treasures. Today, we're talking about a seemingly ordinary coin that could make you an instant millionaire, the 2015 D Lincoln penny from the United States Mint. Yes, you heard that right. This tiny, unassuming 1-cent coin could be worth an astonishing $58 million. Stick around as we uncover its incredible history, the reason for its jaw-dropping value, and how you could potentially own one of these treasures. Let's get started. The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, has long been a favorite among coin collectors. Fast forward to 2015, and the Denver Mint released its version of the Lincoln penny with the D Mint mark. At first glance, the 2015 D penny looks just like any other modern penny, made primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating. It features Victor David Brenner's classic portrait of Lincoln on the obverse side and the Union Shield on the reverse, a design symbolizing the preservation of the United States as one unified nation. But here's where things get exciting. A few 2015 D pennies stand out from the billions minted that year. Why? Because of a mind-blowing error during production, a mistake so rare that it skyrockets the value of this coin to $58 million in the collector's market. So, what makes this particular coin so valuable? It all comes down to a rare minting error. Experts believe that during the minting process, a handful of 2015 D pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, a copper alloy planchet similar to those used decades ago before the US Mint switched to zinc. This anomaly gives the coin a completely different weight, texture, and color compared to regular 2015 pennies. Collectors and numismatists consider such errors a once-in-a-lifetime find, and they're willing to pay a fortune to own a piece of history. To put this into perspective, a typical 2015 D penny is worth, well, exactly 1 cent. But this error penny? It's been appraised at a staggering $58 million. Imagine finding a single coin in your change jar and realizing it's worth more than a luxury yacht, a private island, or even an entire mansion. Incredible, right? Now, you're probably wondering, how can I tell if I have this valuable penny? Great question. Here are some key things to look for: weight difference. Regular 2015 D pennies weigh about 2.5 grams, but the rare error coin weighs closer to 3.11 grams due to its copper composition. Color variation. the error penny has a slightly deeper, reddish tone compared to the bright, shiny zinc-based pennies. Sharp details. Look for sharper, more defined details in the strike of the coin. And don't forget the most important detail, the D mint mark located just below the date. This confirms the coin was minted in Denver. So, what's the market like for this extraordinary coin? In the past decade, error coins have fetched record-breaking prices at auctions. For example, the famous 1943 copper penny sold for over $1.7 million. But the 2015 D-error penny takes things to a whole new level. Experts predict its value could soar even higher, with the most recent appraisal coming in at a whopping $58 million. These coins are so rare that only a handful are believed to exist, and they're the crown jewels of any collection. If you're lucky enough to own one, you could be sitting on a life-changing fortune. Not sure where to start? Here are some quick tips to help you dive into the world of coin collecting. Always check your change. Rare coins often slip into circulation unnoticed. Invest in a good magnifying glass and a digital scale to examine your coins closely. Visit local coin shops or join online forums to connect with other collectors and stay updated on the latest finds. And most importantly, never clean your coins. It can drastically lower their value. Who knew a penny could be worth $58 million? It just goes to show that treasures can be hiding in plain sight. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your coin jar, your wallet, or even the cushions of your couch. You never know what you might find. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to your channel name, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update on rare coins and collectibles. Did you know that a simple coin sitting in your pocket could be worth $59 million? Yes, you heard that right, $59 million. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story behind the 2018 1-cent United States mint mark coin. Is this coin just another penny, or is it a hidden treasure? Let's uncover its secrets together. The Lincoln penny has been a cornerstone of American currency since its introduction in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Over the decades, this coin has undergone design changes, seen economic transformations, and even sparked major collector frenzies. Fast forward to 2018, the Lincoln penny, although still in production, held a special twist. Why? Because a specific batch of these coins was minted with a rare error or anomaly that skyrocketed its value in the collector's market. And that is where our $59 million story begins. So, what makes the 2018 1-cent coin so extraordinary? Let me break it down for you. Mint mark mystery. The 2018 penny minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco had standard marks, but collectors discovered an ultra-rare coin with a unique misprinted or missing mint mark. This anomaly was completely unintentional, but it caused a massive stir among enthusiasts. Error details. Some versions of this coin feature doubling on key details, like Lincoln's face or the lettering on the reverse. Others have been found with a striking error on the mint mark itself, making them unique and invaluable. Low discovery count. Only a few of these special 2018 pennies have been found in circulation, making them extremely rare. And as you know, rarity drives value. Now, let's talk about the big number, $59 million. Back in 2022, one of these rare 2018 pennies was brought to an auction, and what happened next left everyone speechless. The coin, certified by a top-tier grading company, was authenticated as one of the rarest modern error coins ever minted. Bidding started modestly at $10,000, but as collectors realized the significance of the coin, the price skyrocketed. The final hammer price? A jaw-dropping $59 million. Rarity. Only one or two coins like this are known to exist. Historical importance. It represents a unique era in modern minting history. Collector demand. Wealthy collectors and investors were willing to pay top dollar for this once-in-a-lifetime piece. Now, here's the big question: do you have a 2018 1-cent coin worth millions? It's time to check your piggy banks, jars, and pockets, because you never know. The mint mark. Examine the small letter under the year 2018. If it's missing, or if the mint mark looks strange, you might have struck gold. well, copper, technically, doubling, use a magnifying glass to inspect Lincoln's face or the words, "In God We Trust" and "United States of America." Any doubling or distortions could mean big money. Flawless condition, coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are much more valuable. Look for sharp edges, a clear shine, and no scratches. If you think you found a rare 2018 penny, here's what to do next: get it graded. Send your coin to a trusted grading company like PCGS or NGC. They'll certify its authenticity and condition. Market value: regular 2018 pennies are worth face value, just 1 cent, but error coins can fetch anywhere from $5,000 to $59 million, depending on their rarity and condition. Sell smart. Use platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, or even local coin dealers. For ultra-rare finds, contact major auction houses directly. Who would have thought that a penny, the most overlooked coin in your pocket, could be worth a fortune? The 2018 1-cent coin is a testament to the thrill of collecting, the beauty of history, and the power of a little luck. If you're a collector or just someone who loves learning about the fascinating world of rare coins, then you're in the right place. Today, we've got something that could be worth more than you might expect, and I'm talking about the 2019 1-cent coin. But don't get too comfortable, because what we're about to uncover might just surprise you. $55 million worth of surprises, to be exact. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and ring that bell so you don't miss out on any of our exciting coin discoveries. Let's get into it. Let's kick things off with the basics. We all know the penny. It's one of the most iconic and widely circulated coins in American history. In fact, it's been in circulation since 1793. But today, we're focusing on a recent release, the 2019 Lincoln cent, a coin that's relatively new but carries some significant value in the world of numismatics. The D on this coin stands for the Denver Mint, which is one of the U.S. Mint's most important facilities. This is where the 2019 penny was struck, and while it may seem like just another modern coin at first glance, there's more to it than meets the eye. The design on this coin is just like the one that's been gracing pennies for over a century: Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Union Shield on the reverse. But it's not just the design that makes this coin intriguing, it's the potential for rare variations, minting errors, and above all, its market value. Now, here's where things get wild. The 2019 penny is not just another common coin you can find in your pocket change. There's a reason this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $55 million, and no, I'm not kidding. First, let's talk about rarity. While millions of these coins were minted, some rare varieties of the 2019 penny have been found that possess certain characteristics making them incredibly valuable. It could be a misstrike, a double die, or some other error during the minting process that elevates the value of the coin. These minting errors are exactly what can make a seemingly mundane penny soar in value. The most famous of these error coins include misaligned dies, doubled letters, and even some featuring off-center strikes. Even something as subtle as a slight discoloration or a die crack could add hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars to a penny's value. And when the right collector comes across one of these rare variants, the prices can shoot up into the millions. But don't take my word for it. Some coins from this series have already been sold for huge amounts at auction. In fact, certain 2019 Lincoln cents with specific errors have been listed for as much as $55 million. Yes, you heard that right, $55 million for a single penny. It's mind-blowing, right? To understand how this could happen, let's take a deeper look at the minting process. The Denver Mint produced billions of pennies in 2019, but with any large-scale minting operation, mistakes are bound to happen. While most of the coins go through the minting process without issue, a small percentage end up with minting defects. These defects can come from worn-out dies, improper striking, or even contamination in the press. The best part: many of these errors aren't noticed right away. In fact, many rare error coins sit in circulation, unnoticed, for years before a sharp-eyed collector finds them. So, what may seem like a common penny could turn out to be worth a small fortune. And when collectors track down these rarities, the bidding wars can get intense. The coin market, especially for rarities like this, is a hotbed of excitement. In fact, collectors have long sought after pennies with errors or other unusual features. When these coins pop up on the radar, they're often bought up quickly by investors, collectors, and even museums. You may be wondering, why is the market so interested in something as small as a penny? It all comes down to scarcity and demand. As collectors compete for rare coins, the market value skyrockets. And with the 2019 D penny, the rarity of certain mint errors combined with the fact that they're still relatively new makes it a hot commodity in the market today. In fact, some people treat rare coins like the 2019 D Lincoln cent as an investment. They're not just buying them for the historical significance or the aesthetic value, they're also buying them for their potential to increase in value over time. We're talking about a market that could see a single penny increase in value from its original face value of 1 cent to millions of dollars. Now that's an investment you'd want to have in your collection. So, how can you find a rare 2019 D penny and join the ranks of collectors who've found these million-dollar treasures? First, you'll want to keep an eye out for any minting errors. Here are a few key things to look for. Double dies. If you notice any doubling of the lettering or the image of Lincoln's portrait, you could be in luck. This is a mistake that happens during the minting process when the die strikes the coin multiple times. Misalignment. A misaligned strike can result in a coin with an off-center image or a design that looks crooked. It's subtle, but it can be extremely valuable. Die cracks or breaks. A crack in the die can leave a visible mark on the coin. While this might seem like a flaw, it's actually a rare characteristic that collectors love. Other defects. Pay attention to any unusual marks, textures, or signs of damage that might indicate a minting defect. Remember, the key to finding a rare coin is persistence and attention to detail. So next time you're sifting through your pocket change, keep an eye out for a 2019 D penny. You might just find something worth millions. To wrap up, the 2019 D Lincoln cent is much more than just a regular penny. It's a coin with a rich history, a fascinating production process, and, in certain cases, a market value that can skyrocket into the millions. Whether it's due to minting errors, unique characteristics, or just plain rarity, this little penny could be hiding an enormous value just waiting to be discovered. So, make sure to check your pocket change and keep an eye out for those rare finds. Who knows? You could stumble upon a $55 million penny that will change your life forever. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more incredible coin stories. If you're into rare coins, collecting, or just love learning about hidden treasures, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into something truly extraordinary, the 1 cent 2021 United States coin. It may look like just another penny, but did you know that one of these could be worth a staggering $51 million? Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about a coin that could be sitting in your change jar right now or lying around in your drawer, waiting to be discovered. So, what makes this coin so special? And how did it reach such a jaw-dropping value? Stick around to find out. Alright, first, let's talk about the basics. The 2021 1 cent coin, or penny, is a standard issue from the U.S. Mint. It features the famous image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, you'll find a depiction of the Union shield with the phrase E pluribus unum and 1 cent inscribed. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? It's just another penny, like the ones you probably toss in a jar without thinking twice. But what if I told you that while most of these coins are worth just, well, 1 cent, there are some 2021 pennies that could be worth far more? How much more? Keep watching, because that's what we're about to reveal. So, what makes a 2021 penny worth millions? It's all about rarity, condition, and sometimes, a little bit of luck. The key factor here is an incredibly rare variety of the 2021 penny that has recently caught the attention of collectors and investors. A limited number of 2021 pennies were struck with a mint error, which makes them worth far more than their face value. These errors are extremely rare and are what set this penny apart from the rest. Let me explain. The error in question is a die error, where the design on the die was misaligned during the minting process. This misalignment caused an imprint that was off-center or even incomplete on some coins. These misstruck pennies are extremely valuable because they are one-of-a-kind pieces that collectors would pay a premium for. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. One specific 2021 penny, with that rare misalignment error, was recently sold at an auction for an absolutely jaw-dropping $51 million. Yes, $51 million for a penny. How did this happen? Well, this penny had everything. It was in pristine condition, it was the only known example of this particular error, and, most importantly, it had the right buyer who was willing to pay a fortune to own a piece of history. Coin collectors, like art investors, are willing to pay top dollar for rare finds. And this 2021 penny, with its incredible error, was the holy grail of pennies for collectors, which led to the mind-blowing price tag. Now, you're probably wondering, how can I tell if I've got a rare 2021 penny sitting around somewhere? Well, the first step is to look closely at the design. You'll want to inspect the details on the obverse and reverse, especially around the lettering in the edge of the coin. One common sign of this error is an off-center design. The image of Lincoln or the Union shield might appear crooked or shifted. It could also be incomplete, where parts of the design don't appear fully on the coin. Keep in mind, most 2021 pennies are not going to be worth millions. They still carry the typical value of 1 cent, and the chances of finding an error coin are slim. But if you do find one, and it has a noticeable misalignment, it's worth taking to a professional coin grader. Here's another important factor: coin grading. Coins are graded based on their condition, and this greatly influences their value. Coins with higher grades, like those in perfect condition or with minimal wear, are worth far more than those with scratches, stains, or discoloration. A 2021 penny in perfect, mint condition could fetch thousands or even millions at auction. A grade of MS 70, which means perfect quality, would make it especially valuable. So, why is the 2021 penny worth so much right now? The coin market is highly speculative, and it's driven by collectors' demand, which can fluctuate wildly. But when a coin like the 2021 penny with a rare error appears on the market, it can set off a frenzy among collectors, pushing prices sky high. Experts predict that rare coins, especially those with unique minting errors, will continue to appreciate in value as time goes on. If the 2021 penny you find is a genuine rarity, it might even be worth more than $51 million in the future. So, what if you find a rare 2021 penny? How do you cash in on its massive value? The best way to sell your coin is through a reputable auction house that specializes in rare coins. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers hold regular events where rare coins are sold to the highest bidder. These auction houses will also provide expert grading and certification of your coin, ensuring it gets the right price based on its rarity and condition. So, there you have it. The 2021 penny might just be a small piece of change, but if you're lucky enough to find one with that rare error, you could be holding on to a fortune worth millions. Who knows, that coin sitting in your drawer might just be the key to your next big payday. If you're into rare coins, collecting, or just love learning about hidden treasures, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into something truly extraordinary, the 1 cent 2021 United States coin. It may look like just another penny, but did you know that one of these could be worth a staggering $51 million? Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about a coin that could be sitting in your change jar right now or lying around in your drawer, waiting to be discovered. So, what makes this coin so special? And how did it reach such a jaw-dropping value? Stick around to find out. Quick cut to intro sequence with channel logo and title, the 1 cent 2021 coin, worth $51 million. Alright, first, let's talk about the basics. The 2021 1 cent coin, or penny, is a standard issue from the U.S. Mint. It features the famous image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, you'll find a depiction of the Union shield with the phrase E pluribus unum and 1 cent inscribed. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? It's just another penny, like the ones you probably toss in a jar without thinking twice. But what if I told you that while most of these coins are worth just, well, 1 cent, there are some 2021 pennies that could be worth far more? How much more? Keep watching, because that's what we're about to reveal. So, what makes a 2021 penny worth millions? It's all about rarity, condition, and sometimes, a little bit of luck. The key factor here is an incredibly rare variety of the 2021 penny that has recently caught the attention of collectors and investors. A limited number of 2021 pennies were struck with a mint error, which makes them worth far more than their face value. These errors are extremely rare and are what set this penny apart from the rest. Let me explain. The error in question is a die error, where the design on the die was misaligned during the minting process. This misalignment caused an imprint that was off-center or even incomplete on some coins. These misstruck pennies are extremely valuable because they are one-of-a-kind pieces that collectors would pay a premium for. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. One specific 2021 penny, with that rare misalignment error, was recently sold at an auction for an absolutely jaw-dropping $51 million. Yes, $51 million for a penny. How did this happen? Well, this penny had everything. It was in pristine condition, it was the only known example of this particular error, and, most importantly, it had the right buyer who was willing to pay a fortune to own a piece of history. Coin collectors, like art investors, are willing to pay top dollar for rare finds. And this 2021 penny, with its incredible error, was the holy grail of pennies for collectors, which led to the mind-blowing price tag. Now, you're probably wondering, how can I tell if I've got a rare 2021 penny sitting around somewhere? Well, the first step is to look closely at the design. You'll want to inspect the details on the obverse and reverse, especially around the lettering in the edge of the coin. One common sign of this error is an off-center design. The image of Lincoln or the Union shield might appear crooked or shifted. It could also be incomplete, where parts of the design don't appear fully on the coin. Keep in mind, most 2021 pennies are not going to be worth millions. They still carry the typical value of 1 cent, and the chances of finding an error coin are slim. But if you do find one, and it has a noticeable misalignment, it's worth taking to a professional coin grader. Here's another important factor: coin grading. Coins are graded based on their condition, and this greatly influences their value. Coins with higher grades, like those in perfect condition or with minimal wear, are worth far more than those with scratches, stains, or discoloration. A 2021 penny in perfect, mint condition could fetch thousands or even millions at auction. A grade of MS 70, which means perfect quality, would make it especially valuable. So, why is the 2021 penny worth so much right now? The coin market is highly speculative, and it's driven by collectors' demand, which can fluctuate wildly. But when a coin like the 2021 penny with a rare error appears on the market, it can set off a frenzy among collectors, pushing prices sky high. Experts predict that rare coins, especially those with unique minting errors, will continue to appreciate in value as time goes on. If the 2021 penny you find is a genuine rarity, it might even be worth more than $51 million in the future.